Is this the one and only Denzel Washington, sir?
What's happening, my brother? What's happening? What's happening?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm talking to you on the phone, and I'm watching you on TV. You know, on the West Coast, you got on a lavender shirt today.
Yes, I do.
And with the lavender handkerchief to match and the tie matching, you looking good there, brother.
Hold on. Hold on, Denzel. You're about to make me special. Are you trying to say that I'm looking good right now today? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
You're looking fantastic. You're looking like new money.
Oh, please. I want to go that far. Hey, listen, man, I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you on yet another great film. Just went to see The Equalizer the other day. You were absolutely fantastic. But I got to ask you this question. What's up with all – look, you really look like you could fight. You really look like you could fight.
Well, you know, I mean, it's a movie. I read the script, so I knew I was going to win. But you know, I work out. I just came from the gym now, boxing.
You know,
I came in from the gym.
I'm watching. You know, you do movies like this, and you're doing a lot more of these action flicks. How much are you enjoying this stuff as you continue to grow older gracefully? I might add. Do you like doing a lot of these action flicks? Are you enjoying this stuff?
Well, I try to mix it up. You know, someone else said to me, "Oh, you do a lot of action flicks now." I'm like, well. The last two were, I guess, kind of like that, and I did Flight before that. That wasn't action; that was alcohol.
Right, that's right.
And then, you know, I also did a play on Broadway in between. So you know, I guess for the movie-going audience, they see that. But you know, I do other things as well.
You were talking to the great Denzel Washington right here on the new Stephen A. Smith Show, Sirius XM's Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 85. I want to rap to you about a couple of sports items because I know you know your sports, sir, because you're always grilling me about them.
Okay.
I need to ask you about
I'm grilling you because I don't know. I'm asking questions from the man who knows.
Well, you might as well be a journalist because after you get through grilling me, I got to go back and do my homework half the time. I picked Cleveland to win one year. You held it against me for like 2 years, Denzel.
That's right. I remember that. And you were adamant about it too, man. I was like,
I thought they were ready. I thought they were ready, man.
Well, are they now?
You know what? I think right now in the NBA we're talking about right now, you're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. I think it comes down to those two in the Eastern Conference, but I still think that San Antonio, the Clippers, and Oklahoma City got something on them. You tell me what you think.
Well, San Antonio, they know how. There's no question. They know how, and I think they love being the underdog, and they like walking around looking like they're real old right until game time. And, you know, they shake your hand and tell you they must have been lucky and humble pie, and they beat up on everybody. They're a very good team. But I don't know. Cleveland, you know, is we'll see.
How did you feel about LeBron leaving Miami?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess he wanted to go home. You know, I don't know. I don't want to speak for him. I don't know what's in his mind. I know the people in Cleveland love it. You know, I think he's great for the city. He went to Miami. He did what he said he wanted to do. Well, maybe not 8 championships, but he won 2.
Yes,
he won a couple. He won 2, and you know, I'd like to think he's loyal, and he wanted to go home. So I can't knock him for that.
What do you feel about how Cleveland's going to do against a healthy Derrick Rose in the Chicago Bulls squad?
Well, I pray that he's healthy, first of all.
Right.
You know,
we're going to assume he's healthy. We're going to assume he's healthy.
Well, and you know, and my boy Joakim Noah's over there with him. You know, and
Pau Gasol went there too. Your man Pau Gasol left and went to Chicago.
Yeah, Gasol is over there too. So. It's, you know, that's why you got to watch the games. You know, that's why we love the NBA, because I don't know. We'll find out.
I am not buying that answer when it comes to this next question, sir, because I know you love your Lakers. What are your Lakers going to do this year, assuming you got a healthy Kobe, who says he's 100%?
Well, you know, time will tell. You know, Father Time is undefeated. So time will tell, and you know, I'm hemming and hawing, huh?
Yes, you are, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. You're Denzel Washington. You get to do that.
I get a pass.
You get a pass from me.
I get a pass.
But I want to know what you think the Lakers are going to do this year, because I'm looking at them right now.
I think they're going to be better. I think they're going to be better than people think. I think people ready to throw them under the bus, and I think they're going to surprise people. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know how far they'll go in the playoffs, and I don't think they'll be the 8th seed.
Really? You think they're going to go to the playoffs at a higher seed than the 8th seed?
I think they're going to go to the playoffs, and I think they're going to be a higher seed than the 8th seed. You know, it all depends on, obviously, on Kobe, but that's what I think. You asked me, so you heard it here first. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I got to ask you this question because, you know, I'm a native New Yorker. I'm from Queens, New York, born in the Bronx, raised in Queens, New York, from Mount Vernon.
Now, I got a lot of cousins from Hollis, Queens.
That's right. That's right.
And
that's
went
where
to
I grew up.
Jackson High School, all my cousins.
My sisters went to Jackson High School. I went to Thomas Edison. I had to learn a trade because I stupidly told my mother I wasn't going to college, which was a dumb mistake on my part. So she made me go and learn a trade, electrical installation. But that's a story for another day. Here's the question, Denzel. How is it that you love your Lakers so much when you're from New York?
Well, I love the Knicks first. I was a Knicks fan first. I actually went to the Old Garden. That's how old I am. I went to the Old Garden the first time I went to a game to see the Knicks and the 76ers. Oh, man, what was the little point guard they had? The 76ers had a great little point guard, man. I can't even think of his name.
Well, neither guy. Which year? You got to let me know which year. I'm just telling you, I know which year we're talking about here. I don't know which year you're talking about.
I'm talking the Old Garden. When they opened the new garden.
I don't know.
You're too young.
You're right. I'm too young, Jan.
I actually went to the Polo Grounds. That's how old I am. You don't even remember the Polo Grounds.
Yes, I do. I've heard a lot about it, but I don't remember it. You're right about that. But I want to know how you became so much of a Lakers fan, man. Because you love your Lakers.
I came to L.A. and here for work, and actually me and Robert Townsend. You know Robert Townsend, comedian, actor, Robert Townsend, director. We used to go to the games. We used to get scout tickets, and we actually got tickets. I think we paid $800 for a playoff ticket. I guess I shouldn't be saying that. That's against the law, isn't it? But it was many years ago.
Right.
And we went to the game where Rambis got clothesline. You remember that famous game?
Yes, I do.
Of course. McHale or somebody clothesline.
McHale. It was McHale.
So at that game, we signed up for season tickets that day. And I've had season tickets ever since.
Speaking of that, how are you feeling about the game today based on what it used to be? Like you said, you've had season tickets ever since, but the game that you signed on to get season tickets for is entirely different than the NBA game we witnessed today, at least in the eyes of some of those old school cats. How do you feel about it, real quick?
Well, you know what? Those old school cats who were young when I first started going, the old school cats then said the game had changed. So the Connie Hawkins era or the 60s era, the Elgin Baylor era, they probably felt that the doctor and them brought in a different era and the game had changed. The doctor and them brought it up to the Jordan era. The Jordan brought it to the Kobe and current era. So the styles changed. The players became more athletic. I think, and here's something I got from Norm Nixon, who knows a little bit about basketball. He said, Denzel, in college, the coaches have become the point guard. I said, wow, I never thought of it that way. He said it's so much strategy that they've taken the power out of the point guard. They don't develop point guards like an Isaiah Thomas that can really run a
Absolutely
team.
Right.
They're athletes. They're not necessarily basketball players.
Listen, I got to get ready to run. I appreciate you calling up in the show, and I'm going to end this. I'm going to end this interview by giving you good news, okay? Because we got to go in like 30 seconds. I'm hearing that Floyd and Pacquiao are going to happen by May or June. By May or June, I'm hearing that Floyd is going to do the fight.
It's time. Cut the nonsense. I'll see you there. Front row.
You know you will. You know you will.
You know I will.
Who you picking for that fight? I'm putting you on the spot. Who you picking for that fight?
I'll tell you when I see you. You know who I'm picking. I got to go with my boy now. Come on now.